And Russian President Vladimir Putin arrives in China for the third Belt and Road Forum. This evening, an initial meeting with Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping before tomorrow's talks to deepen what both sides regard as a no-limits partnership. Well, staying in China, it is hosting its third Belt and Road Forum to showcase the country's growing influence. Leaders from more than 130 countries are in Beijing for the two-day summit as the infrastructure plan marks its 10th anniversary. Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in China to bolster bilateral relations at a summit overshadowed by the Israel-Hamas war. The Kremlin says Mr. Putin will meet his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping tomorrow on the sidelines of that forum. Now, this is the Russian leader's first trip to a major global power since his country's invasion of Ukraine threw Moscow into international isolation. China has refused to condemn the Ukraine war in an effort to position itself as a neutral party while offering Russia diplomatic and financial support. Olivia Seong has more for us. She joins us live from Beijing. Ollie, what's on the table when Chinese President Xi Jinping meets his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin tomorrow?
Jill, the spotlight is going to be on this no-limits partnership between China and Russia when the leaders from the two countries sit down tomorrow for talks on the sidelines of the Belt and Road Forum. China's foreign ministry not giving too much away except saying that the two leaders will have an in-depth exchange of views on bilateral relations and issues of mutual concern. And we do know that China and Russia have grown closer to each other as both sides continue to face tensions with the US-led West. This is also a rare overseas trip for Mr. Putin, the first that he's making to China since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And in the lead-up, Mr. Putin was effusive in his praise for China's Belt and Road Initiative and of Mr. Xi, saying that it showed China's desire to cooperate. This also, as we know, China has not condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, also as Russia has become increasingly reliant on China, especially for trade in goods and energy as well. Russia we also know is possibly going to discuss the situation in Israel and the Gaza Strip with China, according to some reports, as China has sought to play an increasing role in the Middle East as a counterbalance to the U.S., of which it faced tensions with. Chinese Foreign Ministry has released a statement just a short while ago saying that the Chinese government special envoy for the Middle East has met with the Israeli ambassador to China, both sides exchanging views on the current situation between Palestine and Israel, but there were no further details given on what exactly was said just yet. But what we do know is that both China and Russia have doubled down on their positions, calling out Israel for its actions, both also blaming the U.S. for fanning the flames of tensions. China's foreign minister at one point also saying that Israel had gone beyond the reach of self-defense, even as the U.S. has called on China to help reduce tensions in the Middle East. So we'll have to see what will be said when these two leaders meet tomorrow.
Either way, a packed agenda tomorrow. Meanwhile, the initiative, the Belt and Road Initiative, is into its 10th year. How is China repositioning the initiative among the attending leaders there?
Well, China has called the Belt and Road Forum the diplomatic event of the year, and President Xi has been busy meeting with leaders that are in attendance from Hungary, Kazakhstan, Indonesia, Serbia, Ethiopia, and more. We know that there are over 4,000 delegates from over 140 countries in attendance. Analysts saying that the number of people attending this event shows the appeal of the Belt and Road Initiative, particularly with developing countries and the global south. Only one EU head of state, the Hungarian Prime Minister, is attending. So who is not attending the event also extremely key here as China continues to face tensions with the West and as it seeks to grow its pool of friendly allies and countries as well. Now, all eyes will be on the main event tomorrow, the opening ceremony, and that's where the Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to make a keynote speech. Front center. We are expecting him to laud the achievements that the Belt and Road Initiative has made in the past decade, but also perhaps talk about a new direction. Increasingly, we have seen in state media reporting that Mr. Xi will lay out a new blueprint for the Belt and Road Initiative, talking about high quality Belt and Road cooperation. This also, as the initiative in the past decade has run into challenges with delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic, funding issues, as well as China has facing its own economic headwinds. And so spending overseas may raise eyebrows here among the local population. And so analysts are saying that this may be an opportunity for China to reposition and present a new future for the Belt and Road Initiative.
Olivia Seong taking us through what to expect tomorrow at the launch of that summit. Thanks, Ollie, reporting live there from China.
Well, China's flagship BRI project is spread across 150 countries with billions of dollars in investments. And Southeast Asia plays a crucial role in Beijing's lofty ambitions. China has been ASEAN's largest trading partner since 2009, investing more than $18 billion in the region. Beijing is now looking to expand land routes for trade amid tensions in the South China Sea. And it has envisioned a pan-Asian railway network connecting most of Asia. The first link is the Laos-China Railway, connecting the Chinese city of Kunming to Laos's capital of Vientiane. The 400-metre-long line was completed in late 2021 at the cost of nearly $6 billion. Our construction is now underway to create a network of railway lines spanning 4,000 kilometres, cutting across the Southeast Asian landscape, creating a direct link between China's Yunnan province to Singapore. But the ambitious undertaking has also stoked opposition amid claims that the BRI projects have led to massive debt for host countries. The Laos-China Railway pushing the country's public debt to 110% of GDP in 2022, half of it owed to China. And many of these projects have also been criticized for displacing thousands from their lands and sparking compensation disputes, while an influx of Chinese workers, well, that has led to political backlash as well. A combination of these factors and financing issues led to a 4-year delay for Indonesia's high-speed rail project. The bullet train, which started operating last month, cost more than $7 billion, and economists now say that it's unlikely to be profitable amid high maintenance costs. Investors are also shying away from big-scale investments amid Beijing's economic slowdown. Property sector woes that have affected Country Garden also spilling over to Malaysia, delaying the $100 billion Forest City project and threatening to eat away at property values. Meantime, Indonesian President Joko Widodo and Thai Prime Minister Seta Tawesin are the most prominent leaders from Southeast Asia to join this year's BRI Forum, their countries remaining open to Chinese investments, despite anxiety elsewhere over the BRI.